Hello, everybody. I'm here with Eve McDonnell, and she is a famous author. And she's written a very, very good book, which is called Elsetime. And I'm reading Elsetime at the moment. Hello, Eve. Thanks for coming on Picker Pals TV.
Hello, Picker Pals. How are you? Thank you for having me.
It's a great honor to have a famous author on Picker Pals TV. And I have some questions to ask you. Is that okay?
Please, I'm all ears.
Well, I'm reading your book, Elsetime, but there's some difficult words in it, and I wanted to ask you about them. Now, I came across a word which is mudlarking. What's mudlarking?
Yeah. Mudlarking is a really interesting word, and it is all to do with mud. The mud that you find along a river. Sometimes you will find people walking along that mud going squelch, 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 and they are looking for treasure. And those people are called mudlarkers. So I'm a mudlarker because I'm a treasure hunter, and I love to squelch around in the mud looking for treasure that's been put there hundreds of years ago.
Wow, that's fantastic. And Eve, did you ever find some treasure?
I did. Let me show you some treasure. Would you like my oldest treasure?
We'd love to see your oldest treasure. Yes, please.
This is a treasure that's so special that I keep it in a treasure box in a treasure box. And this is what it is. Can you see?
What is that?
It's actually a fossil that is... Do you want to guess how old it is?
20 years old.
Very close. It's actually 400 million years old. So that is my oldest treasure. It was actually here before 200 million years before the first dinosaur ever walked on our land. So that is definitely my oldest treasure. This is one of my newest treasures. It's a golden bangle. And it looks like a thing on my head right now, but it's actually something for your wrist. And I found that on British Bay Beach. Do you know British Bay Beach?
Yes, I do. The big long beach in Wexford, isn't it?
Yes. I found this stuck in the sand, sticking out. And if you look really closely, you'll see some gorgeous little serpent heads. I think the story that comes with this is that it came all the way from Egypt. And I love to tell stories with my treasure. And that's how I became an author.
You became an author from litter. You started as a picker and then you became a storyteller.
Yes. Yes.
So you find things and you tell stories about them. And that's like in your book, because there's a boy, isn't there, in your book who can tell the stories of things that he finds on when he's mudlarking, isn't there?
And his favorite thing to find is one of these. Have you ever found one of these?
It's a stone, is it?
Can you see?
Is it a stone with a hole in the middle?
Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
It is. It's actually called a hagstone. Yeah, and a hagstone is something really super rare. So if you find one of these on the beach, it really is something special. So when you're litter picking, always keep one eye on the litter and the other eye looking out for hagstones because they're quite special.
On the cover of this book, I love the cover of this because it's got a crow. And so do you like nature?
I love nature. And you know why I love crows in particular? I can tell you a really quick story about a crow that comes to visit me. In fact, I have two crows that come to visit. And one is called Flotsam and one is called Jetsam. And I noticed one day I was receiving little gifts at my feeders. And they were little pieces of metal in different shapes. And they were little pieces of pottery. And I discovered that these crows were leaving gifts for me in return for seeds and nuts. But one day, they left this for me. Can you see that? It's Spider-Man.
Oh, it's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man's head.
Mini Spider-Man.
We're very lucky to have you on Picker Pals TV, Eve, I must say.
Well, it's a joy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.